Good morning to everybody. The FutureTrend channel is again with you, and today is 11th of May 2018. We are starting our analysis of major currencies as usually we do fastly during every day. So, the situation at the moment with the United States dollar is a little bit stabilizing. We see that the strength of the United States dollar we've seen during the period of last 3 weeks, this kind of process starting to hold. The reason is to a larger extent, of course, yesterday's rather kind of disappointed United States Consumer Price Index. The market was expecting the reading of the core CPI of around 0.2% on a monthly basis. That means that overall the year kind of rate should exceed the level of 2.3%. Anyway, we saw only a marginal rise in the core consumer price index of 0.1%. That means that overall yearly inflation should remain around 2.1%, the level we've seen last month. That means that probably all the economic indicators we've seen during the last time, as you know, the majority of them was rather good, rather perfect. Anyway, we are not seeing a kind of transformation of this excellent reading of economic indicators in the United States to inflation numbers, which is very important for the future of United States monetary policy. That means that the Fed should remain on course of gradual increases of its benchmark interest rate, despite of more aggressive policy some of market participants expected. That means once again that the euro dollar could find a kind of interim floor around the lows of yesterday, around 118.23. Let's see the chart of the euro dollar. But of course, to really change the situation and to see some higher levels, first of all, of course, the euro dollar should exceed its moving average 200 daily line, which located today around 120.17. All in all, the situation with the euro dollar remains really very negative. We see that the trend is clearly to the south, and that means that any kind of rebound should meet stronger offers approaching psychological level of 120. Once again, to change the overall fundamental situation, we need to see some higher reading of Eurozone economic numbers. Don't forget also about today's speech by Mario Draghi, the president of the European Central Bank, taking into account that recently we've seen only rather negative economic indicators in the Eurozone. That means that also the ECB chief could sound a little bit more pessimistic than expected, and from that point of view it will be another supporting factor for the lower pricing in the nearest future of the euro dollar. As regarding the other currencies, the dollar yen, which is at 109.33 at the moment, should break below its 2018 uptrend around 109.17. That's intermediate kind of bull trend. Break below this line should accelerate the overall tendency of the dollar yen to the south. Because as you can see now the pair is looking a little bit bullish, but from the point of view of longer term speaking, only a real closing above moving average 200 daily line located at 110.17 could bring the pairs to higher levels. As regarding the sterling, as you know, yesterday the Bank of England sounded really very pessimistic. They lowered their economic expectations regarding the UK, and that means that next increase, the fast increase after a long period of expensive monetary policy could happen in the not in the nearest future, but let's see, probably in closer to the end of the year, let's say so. From that point of view, the sterling should remain weak, and this week closing below moving average 200 daily line, which located at the moment around 135.45, could of course, technically speaking, mean some lower levels in the nearest future for the British pound against the United States currency. As regarding the dollar Swiss, here the situation is extremely buoyant for the dollar Swiss franc. As you see, the uptrend of 2018 is much lower from local levels. It intersects at the moment around 0.9735, and while above that level, as well as moving average 200 daily line located at 96.82, the pair should look extremely bullish. Anyway, also here we expect a possible correction, but at the moment it's really very difficult to say what should happen to reverse the pair to the south again. Thank you very much for all your attention. We wish you a pleasant day ahead as well as a pleasant weekend for all of you. It was your Future Trend channel, and some later we will come with our analysis of euro crosses and commodity currencies.